Why don't you bin off the bin on Newsnight now?
Is he wearing, is that like a stormtrooper uniform? Sorry. Maybe the whole segment's a complete troll. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. This is hilarious. Hey y'all, welcome to the Hickson Diaries. For those of you who don't know, I'm an American that has lived here in the UK for about 3.5 years, and I lived in the US with a British partner for about 18 years, and we've recently moved to Britain. And I have been trying really hard for these past few years to understand your political system and how it works. And strangely enough, somehow, and I guess a very British fashion, the candidate that speaks to me the most lately is a bin. Right, today we're going to react to Count Binface. Okay, so this video is from Count Binface's channel directly. However, it's his appearance on Newsnight, so we will stop it regularly throughout the segment just to make sure that we don't get any copyright issues. My apologies in advance, but that's how it goes here on YouTube sometimes.
Well, the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, today cleared the way for the Clapton by-election by accepting Mr Farage's resignation as an MP, a responsibility which falls to her due to parliamentary rules. She wrote online, "It is a farce and a desperate distraction, and the people of Clapton deserve better."
I agree with that 100%. I don't know how, I don't need to be super controversial here because it's supposed to be a fun one, but I don't know how any of you as British people trust Nigel Farage after everything that he has done over the last decade. I just don't. And he wants to follow Trump. I literally have people here who tell me they hate Trump with a passion. They don't understand how Americans elected him, etc., etc. And yet they're Farage supporters. I'm like, he's just Trump 2.1. Like, he's trying to be Trump, basically. And it's not really working because y'all have a lot more common sense. But for some reason, you still follow him. It's weird. I mean, I understand that sometimes anger can be weaponized and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to move on. But this is supposed to be a fun one. And so Nigel Farage is definitely, I don't know. I mean, this is definitely a stunt in my opinion as well. But tell me what you guys think in the comments.
Adding, he was clear to spend his summer arguing with a bin. Well, let's turn to the bin himself. Count Binface joins us in the studio. Hello, Bin.
Oh my God, wait. Just the sheer optics, y'all. I don't know anything about Newsnight. I think it's a serious publication. Let me just look it up real quick. Hold it. Newsnight. It's on BBC Two. It's a comprehensive coverage of the day's important national and international news. So this is like legit. I know you have laws here in the UK that say that any legitimate candidate needs to get equal time on the news programs. So I know that's why they're doing this. I believe so. I mean, maybe I'm completely misunderstanding, and maybe this is a troll from the beginning to the end, but look at this. This would never happen in the US, even if it's for fun. Like, it would happen maybe on like The Daily Show or something. It wouldn't happen on like what's considered to be a real news organization. But anyways, okay.
Oh, it's Count, actually, but
Count.
It's lovely to meet you, Paddy, the wonderful panel, Newsnight listeners. I've come down to Earth specially to be on Newsnight, and because there are no World Cup games on, so I was at a loose end.
Well, now, look, here's the thing. We know that the monster raving loony party are running as well. So do you think it's time for a loony bin pack?
Well, the fact is, if the loonies and Farage want to fight amongst themselves for the
no, I'm talking about you and the monster raving.
I know you are. I'm making a separate point.
Well, why don't you do a pact?
No, I don't need a pact with anybody. I'm quite happy, thank you.
Yeah. Well, hang on a minute, because why don't we...
I indeed the SNP. It's very kind of you.
I mean, these are serious times.
Quite right.
Why don't you bin off the bin on Newsnight now?
Is he wearing... Is that like a stormtrooper uniform? Sorry. Maybe I'm complete. Maybe the whole program, maybe the whole segment's a complete troll. I don't know, Newsnight. You guys got to tell. This is just. I'm losing my mind. This is hilarious. I know, y'all don't take yourselves as seriously and everything anyway, but this is pretty funny. This is even getting anything on BBC.
Why don't you bin off the bin on Newsnight now? We know that your name is John, and we know really a lot about you. Isn't this time for serious times to bin off the bin?
Oh, here we go. I mean, has anyone here seen Return of the Jedi? Nobody wants to know what's underneath the recycling. It's disgusting. It's absolutely putrefying. No. Hey, if you want to be serious with me, I'll tell you. You want to talk to Count Binface, and then you get me on Newsnight, and you start trying to deconstruct a character. I would say, what are we doing here on a program which used to construct proper investigative journalism and now is a souped-up podcast, Paddy?
Well, I mean, a souped-up podcast is where people want to know about transparency. And this is the point. You're not transparent, and that's the criticism being made of Nigel Farage.
Is he trying really hard to be serious? Like, is he... This guy, I don't know his name, but is he trying to actually have a serious conversation with a troll? Like, this is epitome of trolling, right? And what did you expect? Like, is he trying to unmask him, or you know how sometimes they do this in American news, and I think they do this here as well, where they'll have like a very conservative outlet like Fox News will have like a very outspoken progressive on, for example, and they'll like do it on purpose to try to like cut them down and make them look like an idiot. I guess that's what's happening here. But he seems like the newscaster guy seems like he's being serious. And are all of them newscasters or are all of them guests? That I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Maybe I'm completely missing this, but this is hilarious regardless. I don't care. I don't care what this premises or the setup is. Maybe I'm missing it, but it doesn't matter. It's still funny.
What do you think about this yourself, to be A, on a sofa with Bin, and B, to be seeing this as the Clapton campaign unfolding?
Well, it's a bit of light relief. I think it's a masterstroke in some ways because Nigel Farage is performative and populist and attention-grabbing, and it is where he is because he likes to make people laugh a lot. He's met probably his best rival possible, someone else who's even more populist, even more performative, and actually probably much funnier in the pub as well.
And there was already a debate.
She's not wrong. She's good. All right, we're just going to keep going. Forget it. I'm not going to commentate every time. Okay.
Taking place in Parliament right now with potential representations to the Speaker, because were Count Binface to be elected as Count Binface,
yes,
your mandate is as Count Binface.
Right.
Under current parliamentary rules, you wouldn't be allowed to appear in the chamber like this. And there are MPs right now thinking of writing to the Speaker saying, were you to be elected, that your mandate would have to be respected and you'd have to appear in the common chamber just like this.
And let's not beat about the bush.
This is by far one of the funniest British things I've ever seen in my life, y'all. Oh my. Probably one of the funniest things ever. I mean, without even being exclusively British. This is... I'm seriously like trying to figure out whether the other people on the couch and the interviewer, excuse me, I couldn't think of the word, whether the interviewer is trying to make it a serious segment or are they just going along with it just because it's hilarious and it's funny, or are they like, he's clearly trying not to laugh. Oh my god, this is fantastic.
Bush, he actually said that. It's politics in 2026. And I think your viewers are going to be thinking, my goodness me, did we all just stay up too late watching England-Mexico? We all haven't had enough sleep and it's just one giant fever dream. Maybe this is just a group hallucination. Maybe we're all in one of Christopher Nolan's Inceptions and it's a giant publicity stunt for the Odyssey. Who knows?
But the thing is, I'm just looking at the bookies because they're meant to know. William Hill are offering 4-1 odds. Ladbrokes are offering 7-1. Could you win?
Never tell me the odds.
Do you think that it's a chance in this through the looking glass world we live in, Therese, that there could be a contest that's serious between, in terms of result and outcome, between these candidates in Clapton?
Good question.
Well, I think the other parties have taken the right decision to not contest this by-election. It is a joke. I mean, literally the Circus Fantasia is going to Clapton next week, and they've already recruited their clown. He's called Nigel Farage. I mean, this is a real joke on the people of a town that is very proud, that Frinton, and actually has the poorest part of the UK in Jaywick. So I have to say this stunt, led by Nigel Farage, deserves, frankly, to not get that much contest at all. And I hope that Count Binface won't be upset if people instead tune into other matters over the summer.
I should just say that I did say to Nigel Farage yesterday, this is a stunt, isn't it? And he said, no, it's a gamble. And he feels very, very strongly that there are allegations about him, about receiving this money. He believes under the rules he didn't need to declare it, and he believes he's being...
He is a corrupt MF, and he definitely did this as a stunt to try to avoid some kind of prosecution, or at the very least to redirect attention. People in the United States Congress do this kind of stuff all the time, so maybe that's why it seems obvious to me. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you at all, but it is an obvious misdirection. It's an obvious squirrel play. Obvious, guys. Anyone, and the fact that everyone is contesting it who is like a serious politician and stuff, that's why they're doing it, right? And the fact that Count Binface is going in here just to get a little bit of probably attention for the, because I know that this isn't the first time like he's been around a little bit or something like that, right? I think he has a little bit of a history here in the UK, but I think it's also kind of it is extremely disrespectful by Farage to use this county and to use his seat as some kind of friggin' like, as if it's flippant, to use it so flippantly like this. It's so disrespectful to the people that live there. I think that is much more disrespectful than Binface going here and trying to actually like bring some light and show how ridiculous this is. That's just my like serious commentary on it. But let's get back to the comedy part of it.
Unfairly maligned, and he wants to take control of the narrative and face his voters. That's what Nigel Farage would say.
But that's exactly like
the investigation continues.
Exactly like Marine Le Pen in France. I mean, it's a similar pattern of populists who are trying to present themselves as being up against the establishment because they've fallen afoul of the rules.
Okay, and Count...
Exactly the same as Trump as well, and his like cronies and people who are trying to capitalize on his popular. Well, he's not very popular anymore for obvious reasons, because people can tell he's not a populist. He's more corrupt than ever and everything. Anyways.
Binface, are you going to Clapton? It might be a good place to start.
It might be. That's a little bit of patronising, but I'll take it in the spirit it's intended. Yeah, I might go, but, apparently the current incumbent seems to spend more time in Washington, D.C., so maybe I should go there first. We'll see.
Will it be a good, clean fight?
I hope so. I'm not into ad hominem attacks. I have as Gillian was mentioning, I have a forward-thinking, fully costed manifesto. And what's more, as Nick has been alluding to, and Therese, as I'm sure you're all aware, it costs roughly 348,000 Earth pounds to run a by-election, and there's a quite strong possibility there would be a
348,000 pounds? Wow, there are like millions, sometimes billions of dollars that go into elections in the United States. Sorry, that moment stopped me in my tracks. Okay.
By-election if Farage were to win. So I can say here now on live BBC television, by voting Binface, you are saving the British taxpayer 350 grand. You can put that on the side of a bus, and I haven't done anything. It's a win-win.
There's a poetic symmetry to this farce, Paddy, because what Nigel Farage has done, and of course Nigel Farage says, oh, this is a witch hunt. These rules don't apply to me. That's exactly how Nigel Farage works. He works on the basis of reform and Farage exceptionalism. These rules are for the rest of Parliament, but they're not for him. So
that's what corrupt people do, guys. And that's what people who are pretend populists do. So we need to be really careful.
For him to pull this stunt and to manipulate the people of Clacton, he's supposed to be a servant of them, and he's turned them into a servant of him and his publicity stunt.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
100% totally agree with that guy. It's absolutely freaking disgusting how it shows how little he cares about the actual constituency that he's been elected to represent. It's disgusting.
Very much. Thank you to you. We heard from Reform UK on the programme last night, and there will likely be other candidates in the Clapton by-election, which we will be covering further in the weeks to come. Thank you all. Let's have a look at the papers as they're coming.
All right. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of a random one, and I know typically y'all don't like when I do political stuff on here, but that was funny. That was funny. I have no idea if this is real or not. I have no idea what's going to actually happen in this election, but that was friggin' funny and totally worth watching. And just because of that, I will literally watch anything that he's on, especially if it's on a serious program, because I think it's hilarious. Let me know what you all think in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.